Kelli's Acoustic Crossroads is brought to you by the Team One Automotive Group, Riverview Regional Medical Center, and Family Savings Credit Union. Now, here's Kelli Johnson.
Welcome to Kelli's Acoustic Crossroads. I'm your host, Kelli Johnson. I'm going to be playing some music for you today with Thessa Burgess and Dave Summers as my guests today. They go way back with me, and they're going to be sharing some of their original music with us. First, I'm going to start us off with a cover tune that I like. It's called Wake Me Up, and I'm playing my Line 6 Variax acoustic guitar today, and I just kind of wanted, some people ask, what kind of guitar you play, and I usually play the Blue Ridge acoustic, and this is also an acoustic. It's just a hard body, but it's the Line 6, and we're going to do that first song featuring this one.
Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. But I can't tell where this journey will end, but I know where it starts. Tell me I'm too young to understand. Say I'm caught up in a dream. Life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes, and that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. And all this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. And all this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. Tried carrying the weight of the world, but I only have two hands. I hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. I wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is a prize. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. And all this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. 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 I didn't know.
Thank y'all. Y'all stay tuned for some music with Thessa Burgess and Dave Summers, and we'll be right back. Welcome to Kelli's Acoustic Crossroads. I'm your host, Kelli Johnson. My guests today are Thessa Burgess and David Summers, and we're going to hear some great music for them. Right now, we're going to hear Thessa's original song, Broken Heart Honey.
Took your picture off my dashboard, I gave you back your ring, and all the promises
Welcome back to Kelli's Acoustic Crossroads. I'm here with my guests Thessa Burgess and David Summers. Thank y'all so much for being here with me today.
Thanks for having me.
I've been looking forward to having you. I went to school with Thessa and David both, and I didn't know that you sang in high school. And you know, we were friends, and I thought I knew everything about you. And then a couple of years after we graduated, I come into the Peerless Saloon in Anniston, and I hear this girl just wailing. I mean, it's like, wow, that girl can sing. And then I was looking, I was like, oh my gosh, that's Thessa. So, I mean, you kept it a secret.
Yeah, I did. I sang in the car, you know, and
I'm very
the shower.
good in the car, in the shower. So.
Yeah, but I really enjoy music. I grew up around it. My mom sang. My grandparents were on AM radio back in the day, and they did television shows, radio shows, and
so it was just natural for you. So.
It was. I mean, it was just in me. And I tried not to be like the rest of the family and try to be different. And then I ended up just going into it because it was just something that, you know, was always in my heart. And I was always writing poetry and songs when I was growing up.
Right.
And so, you know, I learned how to play a little guitar enough to get by. And I started just writing songs. And then I learned, you know, other material and stuff. And I wanted to do an open mic night to help other musicians that were like me that, you know, weren't quite good enough to get out and start playing and entertaining and making a living at it, but wanted to get up and share what they wrote. Yeah. And I did that for a long time, for about 8 years. Yeah. And I was in several bands, and now I have a 6-year-old son, and, you know, he's old enough where I can start playing out again, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. Yeah,
I love that. It kind of comes in cycles, but when you're raised with it and it's just kind of in your blood, you can tell when, you know, you can tell it just comes full circle and it'll come back around again. Yeah. I myself have took time from it, and then, you know, it's always kind of there in the background.
It's something that I miss.
Yeah, and you said your mom actually had
she was great. She was huge in the 70s, the early 70s and stuff, and she played in Atlanta a good bit, and she on, you know, one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's early movies.
Really?
You know, she met him, and she met Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges wrote her a song and gave it to her and said, you know, you record it, you can have it, you know. And she was offered a record deal with Warner Brothers, and she turned it down so she could have a family. And, you know, so here I am. So
there you go.
So, but yeah, it was just in my blood. Yeah. And I've just loved music.
Well, your voice is so strong, and to be, I always, when I'm describing Thessa Burgess, I'm like, she sings like Ann Wilson of Heart. I mean,
that's huge.
Yeah, she's one of my idols, but you, I mean, such a powerful voice, and when did you discover that you could sing like that? Has it just always been there? Or?
There was a period of time when I wasn't doing so well with my mom at home, and I was a young teenager, and she said, get out. And so I grabbed my guitar, and, you know, I went to go stay with some people, and they said they had it was like an old folks home, a retirement home, and they wanted me to bring out my guitar and play for everybody. And I was just singing real meek and mild, you know, and I think I was singing The Rose, that Bette Midler song.
There you go.
And they said, you're not singing loud enough. We can't hear you. You're not singing out. And I was real meek. Some say love, you know. And they said, no, sing out. And so I started singing out, and I just got louder and louder. And, you know, later on I'd play gigs and they'd say, well, you don't even need a mic, you know, just take the mic away, it's just so loud. But, you know, I love it.
Singing for the elderly, develop those pipes.
Absolutely, yeah. Awesome. Owe it all to them.
Hearing deficit.
That's so cool. And Dave also went to school with us, and I knew that you played around with the bass a little bit, but you really are staying busy these days, and you've moved to guitar, banjo, songwriting. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How did you get started into music?
Well, grew up on a farm. I was the only musician, you know, took up guitar, and ain't much to do on a farm, so it was a good outlet, better than cow tipping.
Yeah.
So
that's so funny.
I would just get out of school and cut on the radio, and my dad bought me a guitar, and I just play along with the radio, and then after a while I could play a little bit out of everything. And I got bored with one thing. I got into the bass, and then on into banjo, and just developed, and then
into songwriting, which we're going to hear coming up after this. We're going to take just a short break, and we'll be right back. Thessa Burgess and Dave Summers, y'all tune in for some more original music, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Kelli's Acoustic Crossroads. I'm here with my guests, Thessa and David. And we were talking with Dave about how, you grew up on the farm and just started playing music, and that developed into songwriting, apparently. You've got some pretty funny stuff.
Yeah, I just pick around, and it takes me a while to write a song because I work on it and things, but I got some perfected. I don't have a lot of songs, about 4 or 5, but they're good. From what I've heard, Toby Keith definitely needs to record the song you're going to do later in the show, so that would be awesome. And your songwriting too. I mean, when I was hearing, I was like, is that your original song? Those kick butt. Those are really good. How did you start writing?
Well, when I was young, I wrote my first song when I was like 8 years old, like in second grade, about my little boyfriend. And
serious times.
Serious stuff. And but as I write, I just really, that's how I get things out. And I just sit at home and I'll just pick up my guitar and it'll just come out.
That's awesome.
It's great.
Yeah.
And it's it's a healing process. It's nice. It's a lot of fun to do.
Yeah. Well, it just comes natural to you. You can tell. And the song you're going to do for us here in a second, called "The Wind," you actually have 2 versions of that. Is that right?
I do. I wrote the song in 2006, and you'll hear that version on here on the show. But also, I got with Deidre and Keith and Ruff.
They were recently on our show.
And they were putting together a blues project for the women in Alabama in blues.
Right.
And so Keith and Ruff and I changed it up a little bit, changed the progression and everything to go more in the blues direction.
Right. Yeah.
And so it sounds completely different, but it's a great song, and it's on Alabama Women in Blues, Blues Babes of Alabama. It's at Amazon.com and iTunes.
Awesome. Well, we'll put a link up to that. And they were recently on our show. And David, you were mentioning that they won some kind of contest.
International Battle of the Bands competition in Memphis, and over 200 bands, and they made it up to 9th place.
Really awesome. I love it that talented people love to spread other talented people, and that's kind of what you were doing. With the open mic thing. There just aren't enough places where musicians and songwriters just starting off can feel that comfort and stuff. So. You think you'll ever get back into hosting that kind of thing?
I would love to, because it moves my heart to how musicians help each other out.
Yeah.
And you're helping me out right now. But we're all understand each other in a way, and we really need each other. There's not like a guild or a or a union or anything like that, but we can point each other in different directions and help each other out.
Yeah, I agree. And it's so great to be able to be part of that musical family and things. So, but The Wind and Broken Heart Honey, they're wonderful songs. And you said you're trying to get more venues, kind of, and you're a little bit more particular about the venues that you're choosing, and just want to So, if you like what you're hearing, y'all contact David. And David, you have a production Facebook page,
Super Dave Entertainment on Facebook. Yes.
And you kind of tell about all the events that you've got upcoming and events around the area and stuff.
I'm working on a Battle of the Bands competition.
Awesome.
I've done 5 already, so any cover bands or original bands that want to participate, it'll be kind of a play for the pool kind of thing, where they put in $100 and play for $1,000.
That sounds
however many bands participate.
And they can find that out on Facebook.com.
Yeah, they can contact me
at Super Dave Entertainment.
Yes.
And y'all make sure you check out Facebook.com Thessa.Burgess. Right now we're going to have Thessa perform her song "The Wind."
Seems to me lately, people can be so shady. They smile with a lie in their heart. They act concerned, but now I have learned deep down they want to tear me apart. But I still have my grace. I've got my pride, even though I don't feel it on the inside. what doesn't kill you makes you stronger too.
Welcome back to Kelli's Acoustic Crossroads. Thank you so much to my guests Thessa Burgess and Dave Summers for being here with me and sharing their music. Y'all make sure you check out their Facebook. It's facebook.com/Thessa.Burgess and facebook.com/SuperDaveSummers and facebook.com/SuperDaveEntertainment. Right now, Dave's going to send us out with his song called The Fat Girl Song.
Yeah. You know, I've loved a lot of women. Most of them have been plus-size origin. I love them so much that I decided to write a song and go something like this here. I've been alone now for a year or two. Ain't that much time to change your point of view. I need a woman, I need one soon. Made up my mind, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a fat girl, keep me warm at night. I know there must be plenty girls who weigh 220 or more. She may not be a cutie, but my baby sure got booty galore. Grocery store, went down the first aisle and I spotted 4. I had to choose, but I was not sure. Then I went by the clothes that she wore. She wore a tube top, very tight spandex. I know there must be plenty girls who wear 220 or more. Not behave, keep thinking right riding them waves ashore, baby, cowboy. I went broke the very first week. Big mistake, I took her out to eat. But she won't leave me, no, she won't cheat. And all her loving belongs to me. She's my big un, I just call her tons of fun. I know there must be plenty girls who weigh 220 or more. I heard that bigger is better, ladies always ready for more. I know that when I get home, she'll be there, but the food's probably gone.